Yo, what is going on YouTube? It is your boy GZTV. We're back with another video. We are here doing double uploads all weekend long because my Celtics decided not to close it in 4, not to sweep. Sorry about the background noise. We're doing laundry right now. My work clothes are drying. I literally work here in like an hour 15. So I figured I'd get here, get these clips together real quick for you guys, and get these videos out. These videos usually don't get edited. I'm sorry for my TV show fans for the lack of effort. But yeah, let's get into it. We're just going to have a giant discussion. So Joe is brokenhearted. He's considering stepping in front of a car just so Love will look at him. He's looking for attention. He wants his ex back. He made some big mistakes, obviously, by hiding his identity. So we know everything about him hurts without Love. Joe is absolutely broken. He is appalled that she has gotten curtains. I, for one, am glad the writers for the show have a sense of humor about our number one critique of Beck's apartment, not having curtains. This time this girl decides to actually close herself off to the fucking creep. She doesn't really know he's a creep. Obviously she's pretty suspicious because he fucking has a fake identity, but still. Love, who recently found out the guy she thought she wolfed, was lying to her about his identity, and who knows what else, is handling this in a perfectly healthy and frankly admirable way. Rebound sex with someone that seems good to her, I guess. So the guy's Milo. He's basically a knockoff Hemsworth who is rich. His dad owns Patagonia. Wow, what's up with these people owning these fucking companies? And has a history with the Quinn family. He's the former best friend of James, Love's late husband, who, according to 40, has been all about Love forever. This guy's kind of been obsessed, through the relationship of James and Love. So, after James died, 40 reports Milo went down on her every night. Why does 40 know this? I mean, these siblings need fucking boundaries. I'm fucking hearing this out of 40, and it's like, dude, you really have privacy issues? You really have, what is it? You don't have a concept of personal space, dude. Like, seriously. So, later, Milo will yell something to the same effect, but of course it will be the end of his involvement in their codependent siblingship. I mean, 40 is going, or Love is going to love you as a partner unless you wrong 40, and I like that about her. I like her defending her brother and all, but again, these two need boundaries. That doesn't change that fact. So, but we have a whole episode to get through before that particular blow-up happens. So for now, 40 tells Joe not to sweat it. Love gets a little basic when she's hurting, which is a pretty fucking funny thing to say, laughable moment, and he encourages Joe to just get back out there and date, to get Love's attention, and also to just have fun. I mean, you're in LA, Love is brewing, Love is everywhere in this area. Joe says he doesn't think Love is the jealous type, and 40 retorts, did the two of you share a womb? I mean, he's kind of right. He knows Love a lot more than probably everyone. But, yeah. So, Calvin and 40 run through the dating app options in this alternate universe, which includes one that specializes in kitten fishing thirst traps, which is fucking funny, too. My favorite part is when Calvin says if someone texts you, what's up with a capital T, the T is for Tina, which means meth. This whole little rundown, this whole little spew out of these two trying to show Joe the dating world was hilarious. So back at the apartment, Ellie swings by to tell Joe she is disgusted that he can't rebound on Flinger like a normal person, and to please stop hooking up with Delilah. Delilah reminds Joe to pay his fucking rent. This is all good advice, and as tends to happen with good advice on this show, no one shall heed it, and their failure to do so will ruin all their lives. No one knows how to listen to fucking advice. No, so yeah, Joe wishes he could time travel to an early Taylor Swift song and ride a horse for 1,000 hours so he can barely glance at a girl in a tower, I guess. But instead, he will settle for Sonnet to Me, an app for word nerds, which seems fucking perfect on the surface for him. He sees this and he's like, wow, this is full of readers. This is perfect for me. Find a girl that likes to read. Love doesn't... You didn't really see Love as a reader, I guess, but whatever. We get a classic supercut of shitty dates. The vapid narcissist, the one who doesn't even read, the one who seems promising because she knows exactly what a guy like Joe wants to hear. Hemingway quotes and Norman Mailer references, and Joe thinks Love is basic. I mean, seriously, this girl is just trying to get this man's attention. I mean, what? But it turns out to be, as those interests might suggest, a straight-up alcoholic. I just want to say that if his entire profile is made up of those selfies he took in his apartment, no way did he get those 3 dates so quickly. That didn't even fucking make sense. Also, who posts Instagrams about first dates. No one fucking does that. That's an actual psychopath move, like almost as crazy as all the other psycho shit Joe generally gets into. Kidnapping, manslaughter. Meanwhile, Milo's whole profile is artsy, intimate portraits of love. It seems a lot more lovable than what the fuck Joe is doing to try to win over love again. So Joe decides the only rational thing to do here is to stalk Milo. Because it's fucking Joe. I mean, we kind of know him by now. We kind of know his character a little more. It's just like the time he ran after Peach. Although Milo is in phenomenal shape and Joe actually cannot keep up. Whereas Peach, he actually kept up with her enough to fucking hit her up across the head with a rock, attempting murder. Instead, he runs into Gabe, who knows exactly what is up. Well, not that Joe is a plexiglass prison and a secret storage facility where he recently held a man hostage, but just that Joe is tailing Milo. And he intervenes, which is a really cool moment, and I actually really like that out of Gabe's character. So, just as I'm thinking that Gabe is on the right side of history here, he says he thinks there's still hope for Joe and love. I mean, no, there really fucking isn't. I mean, obviously the show is going to make sure there's hope for that, but no, there shouldn't be, you know? He advises Joe to work on himself, as Milo did. I guess in a previous life he was less Hemsworthy? I don't know. This is good counsel, I must say. But Gabe takes it to a very LA place and does this kind of acupuncture with a chest crystal that is also flashback inducing. It all seems like some fucking wizardry here. It all seems like a fantasy aspect of this show. He gets Joe to speak his truth, which is just another flashback that tells us Joe remembers his mom as a lying slut who hated books and therefore was a bad person. If you don't like books, if you don't allow me to take my books with us when we move places, you're a piece of shit. Joe is uncontrollably sobbing, which is something we've never seen him do on this show. He has figured out what self-love is. Gabe says this takes practice and for some reason involves doing a quick 7-day cleanse, which for the record is absolute fucking nonsense. I mean, no one actually believes in that stuff. So Joe is drinking celery juice, and I'm confident this will blow up in his face, and it quite literally does. So in the meantime, it gives Ellie something to mock him for when she swings by to hustle her way to a job as Joe and 40's intern for their Beck movie. 40 just doesn't know who this girl is and doesn't really know her relation with Joe, so he's like, fine, you can be our intern, you can help us with this movie. Later at the apartment, Delilah comes over to Joe's place. Yikes. The second you see this happen, you're just thinking to yourself, this is not good. To say, she wrote a first-person essay about her Henderson experience and that it's going to be published in Variety. Which is great, obviously. Joe responds by projectile vomiting all over her, though, so things quickly take a fucking turn. Meanwhile, Milo is falling in love with Love. Like, cancel a trip to Bali, Love. Love says she can't do it because she has a spidey sense that 40 is about a relapse. She needs to stay here and support her brother. And Milo's kind of getting frustrated. He's kind of getting the sense that maybe they're a little too clingy with each other. But, yeah. Milo says that it's time for Love to get honest with how codependent you are with him. And this is, of course, a sign that Milo is not long for Love's world. And the second he says this, you realize, like, this is not the guy for her. Because, yeah, you don't really support Love being this crazy about her brother. But, yeah. Our girl loves the truth, except for when anyone is honest with her about what is clearly the biggest issue in her life. And I will agree, that is being codependent with her fucking sibling. But Joe regains consciousness to Delilah ordering burgers and shakes. He says her essay is incredible, and I throw things at my television. Get the fuck out. Do not, just go. You don't need this right now, Delilah. You need to get the fuck out of there. This is a red flag situation. But what happens instead? They go out and get flirty and sloshed, and, he vomited on you like 2 hours ago. You cannot want to put your mouth on his mouth so soon after that. Like, what the fuck? But, of course, she does. They get caught having sex outside and wind up in jail, where Joe panics that his fingerprints will out him as not Will. Which is fucking funny. Fincher, Delilah's hookup buddy cop, refuses to help her out. Also, it is important to note, as I neglected to do so earlier in my videos, that Fincher is the same cop who stopped Joe at 4 a.m. the night of the Henderson murder to swipe those expensive headphones out of the trash bag of homicide evidence. So, yeah, Joe calls 40, who pulls some rich guy strings to get them both out. So, obviously, 40 has some connections. So they get home as the sun is coming up, and Ellie spots him hugging and rails at her sister for leaving her alone at night to be such a slut. Rude, but I kind of feel her pain. Delilah says they should stick to friendship. I mean, will they, though? I'm not really sure here. But obviously, after what conspires at the end, there's not even really going to be a friendship. So, at a Navarone, Milo shows up with red roses for love. 40 and Joe are all love hates roses. But I thought she got basic in her rebound mode. No. Red roses are the most basic. Bachelor basic. Anyway, 40 is a dick, and Milo does his best. Can't we all be adults and get along here? Things escalate with Milo calling 40 a fucking albatross, and eventually punching him. Love flips out, even though there's no way she isn't getting off on all this attention. You know, they're fucking fighting over her pretty much. Then Milo drops this. Maybe if you'd paid less attention to your idiot brother and more to what's right in front of you, you would have known sooner that James was sick. Which is something I'm pretty fucking intrigued about. That was a pretty big fucking bombshell dropped by Milo there. So, Fincher calls Delilah to tip her off to Joe. He's suspicious. The headphones were wildly expensive, and Hindi was a spokesperson for them. So how did Joe even get a pair, and why would he be throwing them away? They're $600. Delilah says she thinks this is just an ego issue, but she's clearly unsettled by this information. She has trust issues now. She breaks into Joe's place and finds the keys to the storage unit. I mean, call up Fincher before you go, you impossible, impulsive, doomed soul. I mean, what are you doing? This was the dumbest possible decision that Delilah could have made, not calling Fincher. Like, really? Seriously. She gets pictures of all the evidence and sends it nowhere. She goes inside the glass prison alone. I'm not saying anyone deserves to be kidnapped by their tenant who has been using a false identity to hide his long history of homicides, but, like, take precautions. I mean, what the fuck? I mean, like, drop a pin. Do something. She does not hear. They never fucking hear. It's just like a fucking horror movie, always making these dumbass decisions on this show. So, and of course, Joe corners her. Of course, you kind of expect this the whole time she's sitting in this fucking cell. Joe is going to find her and approach her eventually. He got a nanny cam in his apartment after the Candace break-in. Of course, he has trust issues with these women. He was going to ask Delilah to dinner tonight, so I guess either way she was going to wind up in here. I mean, she begs Joe to think of Ellie, and Joe insists he's not going to hurt her. He just has to make some arrangements, and then everything will be fine. All she has to do is trust him. I mean, how hard can that be? So it really leaves us in a crazy spot for this episode, for this show moving forward. For the end of the season is just going to get wild. Obviously, Delilah's locked up. Love might be getting back with Joe after all that stuff that kind of happened with Milo. It's going to be super interesting. We're going to be watching episodes around the clock from now on. We're going to be watching one today. We're going to be watching one tomorrow. Possibly one on Monday if the Celtics decide to not win the finals in 5. So we're just going to keep doing double uploads until the finals conclude. And then I'm just going to focus on more quality. But yeah, I'm going to get this posted. And if I have time, I'm probably going to start editing this 2K video. It's probably going to be about 20 minutes. It's over a bunch of players. It's just a bonus gameplay. But I'm out, guys. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. GZTV, as always. Appreciate you guys for sticking around. I mean, we haven't been doing great on the channel recently, but it's whatever. I like doing content that I actually just enjoy doing, you know, so there's that. But peace.